What's up, everyone? Brandon Meyer here. Today we're diving into a video from Shelby Church where she shares her take on the pros and cons of Airbnb. Is she spot on or is she missing something? Let's find out.
After having an Airbnb for almost 3 years now, I really see all the pros and cons and can share with you guys some of the things that I feel like no one really talks about.
All right, let's address that. As someone who's built a portfolio of Airbnb properties around the country, I can tell you that Airbnb arbitrage obviously has its pros and cons, just like any other business. The most important thing is how you deal with them. So let's break down her main points and see what's really going on. First up, Shelby talks about the permit and legal costs involved with running an Airbnb.
Accounting for the permit and legal costs. This is something I know a lot of people forget to account for when running the numbers of having an Airbnb. The main ones are the cost of having an LLC, the vacation rental permit cost, and the tax preparation costs.
This is a valid point. Accounting for permits, LLC costs, and tax preparation is essential. These are often overlooked expenses that can add up quickly and impact your profitability. I always emphasize the importance of understanding all your costs up front to avoid any unpleasant surprises down the line. Let's go ahead and break down some of these costs. For example, the average annual LLC fee can range from $50 to $800 depending on the state. Permit costs can vary widely. In some cities, a vacation rental permit might cost anywhere from $100 to $500 annually. Then there's the cost of tax preparation, which can be around $300 to $3,000, all depending on the complexity. These expenses are part of the game, and it's all about proper budgeting and planning to ensure your business remains profitable. Skipping these steps can lead to hefty fines and legal issues. For instance, although there's a lot of states that don't enforce regulations, failing to obtain the necessary permits can result in fines of $1,000 or more. Not setting up an LLC correctly can expose you to personal liability in case of lawsuits, so it's crucial to get in right from the beginning. Next, Shelby mentions that managing an Airbnb is time-consuming and not as passive as investing in stocks.
Number 4 is that it is time-consuming. A lot of people like to say that Airbnb is passive, and it is just not passive in the way that investing in stocks is. And for most people, the returns yearly are going to be similar, so you're spending a lot more time for the same return.
100% absolutely right.
That's right!
Managing an Airbnb takes effort and is not as passive as other investments. However, when done correctly, the potential returns are significantly higher than traditional stocks. Your success depends highly on the systems that you have in place. Most of the properties I have are out of state, yet I've never faced any major issues. The key is building solid systems and hiring the right people. We conduct post-inspections after each guest stay, with photos taken for documentation. Reviews and guest feedback also help us monitor the properties. With a well-structured approach, managing Airbnb properties becomes manageable. We personally have trusted team members on the ground to address any issues that arise. Using technology and effective management practices eliminate distance as a barrier. We use smart locks, exterior surveillance cameras, noise detection hardware, and other automated systems to ensure smooth operations. Our cleaning and maintenance crews provide regular updates, keeping us informed no matter where we are. It all comes down to having comprehensive systems in place to manage everything efficiently. Airbnb is fantastic for generating cash flow, but it requires commitment and proper management to maximize its potential. With the right systems, you can streamline operations, save time, and still enjoy the high returns that Airbnb can offer. Another important point Shelby brings up is the issue of insurance and liability when managing an Airbnb.
People really overlook is the fact that you need to account for an umbrella LLC insurance policy. This is insurance that will cover things in case a guest trips and falls and tries to sue you. Your guests start a fire and burn down the garage. Your regular homeowner's insurance policy probably doesn't cover those things.
This is a crucial aspect that many hosts might overlook. Ensuring you have the right insurance coverage is essential for protecting your investment and mitigating risks. Airbnb does provide some coverage, but it's often not enough for all scenarios. I've seen hosts face significant financial setbacks because they relied solely on Airbnb's host guarantee, which doesn't always cover everything. We use specialized insurance providers like Safely and Proper, which offers coverage tailored specifically for short-term rentals. They provide protection against property damage, liability claims, and even guest screening services to minimize risks. This extra layer of protection gives us peace of mind, knowing that we're covered in case of unexpected events. It's always better to be over-prepared when it comes to insurance, ensuring your property and your income are safeguarded. Let's transition to another critical point she brought up: zoning and legal issues.
City regulations can change and ban your Airbnb, and honestly, it probably will change. As an Airbnb owner, you have to abide by the local laws, which can change not on a whim, but over the course of a few months. It really doesn't take that much to get people in the community pissed off about Airbnb and bringing it up to a city council meeting. And before you know it, a couple years later, Airbnb is banned. This happens actually a lot.
Shelby is right about the importance of understanding local zoning laws. Before you invest in an Airbnb property, you must research the local regulations to ensure short-term rentals are allowed. This is a critical step that can save you from a lot of trouble down the road. In my experience, due diligence is key. Check with local authorities, review zoning maps, and even consult with a real estate attorney if necessary. Being aware and compliant with local laws not only protects your investment, but also helps you avoid costly fines and legal battles. Lastly, she discusses financial limitations of Airbnb compared to other business ventures.
If you're someone who's actually trying to make money, is that there is a cap on how much you can make based on the time and money that you're putting in. I feel like I never see people talking about this, but for example, let's say you're thinking about starting an Airbnb, you're gonna put a certain amount of time and money into it. Or you're gonna put that same time and money into selling an online product or starting a YouTube channel. With the Airbnb, you're capped at however much the nightly rents are gonna go for. You're never going to make more than that. Whereas with a YouTube channel or an online business, it is actually unlimited potential. You can scale it a lot easier.
Shelby makes another valid point that Airbnb has a cap on potential earnings based on nightly rates. However, Airbnb offers significant cash flow, which can greatly enhance your financial strategy. Instead of just relying on traditional investments, you can leverage the flexibility and higher returns of Airbnb arbitrage. With the cash flow generated from Airbnb, you can diversify your investments and create a more robust financial portfolio. For instance, you can use the profits to buy more properties, whether local or out of state. This way, you're not limited to one market and can take advantage of opportunities wherever they arise. It's also important to note that with proper planning and management, you can scale your Airbnb business efficiently. Implementing automated systems for bookings, guest communication, and property maintenance can free up your time to focus on strategic growth. By continuously optimizing your operations and reinvesting your profits wisely, you can achieve financial independence much faster than traditional investment methods alone. So what's the bottom line? Shelby Church has some valid points about the challenges of managing an Airbnb, but with the right systems and team, you can overcome these challenges and enjoy significant profits. If you're thinking about diving into Airbnb arbitrage, don't let the potential challenges scare you off. In my first year, I built a portfolio of 10 Airbnb properties generating over $40,000 per month, and with the right strategies and systems, you can do it too. On this channel, I provide all the tools and insights you need to succeed. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more tips, strategies, and valuable insights that can transform your financial future.